Hi, everyone. This is Maxine from Alive Holistic Healing. I would like to share a bit of insights about the human design, but specifically how it works with money and the stress. It might seem like an odd topic to bring into the health arena, but stress has a direct impact on your health. So I would like you to watch this little video. And if you want your own personalized human design chart, which focuses just on your money channels and lines, please pop me a message. Enjoy.
All right, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to explore a truly fascinating intersection. We're looking at the heavy, literal biological toll that financial stress takes on your body. And then we're going to introduce a highly personalized, energetic framework designed to shift you out of that panic and into true abundance. I am absolutely pumped to guide you through this because we're not just looking at money as numbers on a screen today. We're looking at it as something that literally alters your physiology. And more importantly, we're going to see how understanding your unique energetic design might just be the ultimate key to fixing it. Okay, let's map out our roadmap real quick. We're hitting 1, the biology of money, 2, stress and success, 3, the human design framework, and 4, mapping your energetic blueprint. Then we'll ground all of that abstract stuff with 5, a real-world case study, before wrapping up with 6, rethinking true abundance. Let's dive right in. Section 1, the biology of money. How financial strain impacts the body. Because, to fix a problem, we've got to first acknowledge it.
Seriously, think about this for a second. What is your bank account doing to your biology? It's a provocative question, right? But the biopsychosocial model of health proves that money stress isn't just in your head. Extensive research shows that unstable income, debt, and unforeseen expenses trigger a literal chain reaction of physical emergencies in our bodies. You aren't just worried about a bill. Your body actually thinks it is under physical attack. Your autonomic nervous system just goes into total overdrive.
And when you look at the physical health outcomes, the contrast is honestly pretty wild. People experiencing high financial stress have a drastically higher incidence of physical conditions like hypertension and diabetes. The constant, unending activation of your sympathetic nervous system skyrockets your blood pressure, and over time, that can result in severe cardiovascular issues and arterial stiffness. It's doing real damage. And then there's cortisol. High financial stress chronically elevates our baseline for this primary stress hormone. Basically, your body is constantly bathing in a stress cocktail due to the dysregulation of the HPA axis. This fundamentally weakens your immune system, making you way more susceptible to infections. It totally shatters your sleep quality, leading to insomnia, and it even spikes your cravings for high-fat, high-sugar foods, which just accelerates those metabolic disorders we just talked about. Section 2. Stress and success, the psychological feedback loop. So your body is breaking down, right? Well, that inevitably hijacks your brain. The constant cognitive load of carrying all these money worries heavily spikes the rates of crippling anxiety, panic attacks, and depression. When you're financially stressed, your brain's prefrontal cortex, which is the area responsible for executive functions like planning and problem solving, is essentially hijacked by the pressure. You literally can't think straight. This cognitive impairment becomes a complete trap. It directly stalls our career progression because our focus and memory are shot. It absolutely kills our entrepreneurial drive because the biological stress makes us risk-averse. We avoid new opportunities out of sheer fear. It even isolates us from the social networks we desperately need to thrive because of the shame that often surrounds financial hardship. It is a vicious, biological, and psychological cycle that sabotages our success. Section 3, the human design framework, shifting the paradigm. Okay, we've seen the clinical doom and gloom. Let's flip the script and see how a completely different perspective offers a highly personalized escape hatch from this biological panic. We're shifting away from that clinical reality of stress to an energetic view of abundance. Human design teaches us that true abundance isn't necessarily about endless, limitless wealth, like having private jets and mansions. It's actually a deeply personal state of enoughness. It's a feeling of rock-solid security and satisfaction in all areas of life. It's about finding the financial flow that aligns perfectly with your specific energy.
See, there is absolutely no one-size-fits-all playbook here. If you're a manifester, which is about 9% of the population, your strategy is to initiate. You're built to trust your gut and start new ventures. But if you're a projector, your financial success actually comes from waiting for recognition and invitations to share your wisdom.
Or if you're part of the 70% who are generators or manifesting generators, you need to wait to respond to things that give you a deep, full body yes. Fighting your natural type and following the wrong strategy, that is exactly what triggers that biological stress response. Section 4. Mapping your energetic blueprint, centers and authority. Beyond your overarching type, human design digs into the micromechanics of how you are actually built to make decisions. Think of your human design chart as having 9 distinct centers. You've got the head center for inspiration, the will center for willpower and earning to prove your worth, or the sacral center for pure life force energy. Whether these centers are defined, meaning consistently colored in your chart, or undefined and open, heavily dictates your financial behavior. In fact, if you have open centers, that's where you might literally be absorbing other people's financial stress and thinking it's your own. But the real master key in all of this, that's your authority. This is your inner compass. You can toss those old pro and con lists right out the window. Your authority dictates how you should be making financial decisions. Some people must wait for an emotional wave to pass before signing a contract. Others need to listen to an immediate, split-second intuitive hit from their spleen or a physical gut response from their sacral center. Ignoring this authority is basically a one-way ticket back to elevated cortisol. Section 5. A real-world case study, LibVentor. To truly understand how incredibly practical this abstract framework can be, let's make this concrete with a real person. Meet Live. He is a school photographer. He's a manifesting generator with a 2-4 profile and sacral authority. Now, his not-self theme, which is the feeling he gets when he's totally out of alignment, is frustration. And boy, was Live frustrated. He needed to generate around 80,000 Rand a month just to stay afloat. But sales were tanking, costs were rising, plus the sudden rise of AI in photography had him operating from a state of total, utter panic and exhaustion. Looking through the lens of his energetic chart, Live's biological stress was manifesting as massive energetic and financial leaks. Basically, he was bleeding energy. First, he was chronically undercharging out of self-doubt. Second, because his open energy centers absorbed client stress, he was over-delivering under emotional pressure, just throwing in extras out of pure guilt. And third, he was forcing an old, outdated school photography business model, even though his sacral energy was completely drained by it. He was swimming upstream. By analyzing his blueprint, Lieb realized he needed a profound shift. He had to stop trying to compete with cheap, fast AI image generators, and instead tap into his natural 2-4 profile gifts, which are all about building deep interpersonal trust. So he shifted his whole container. He went from the generic I take photos to a much more powerful stance. I preserve real memories with trust, privacy, skill, and care. He leaned entirely into the human element that technology literally cannot replicate. Section 6. Rethinking True Abundance, Alignment, and Action. Let's see how Lieb translated this energetic alignment into actionable, stress-free success. AI can create an image. You preserve a real memory. This became Lieb's new guiding light. It brilliantly illustrates the core lesson here. When you stop forcing things out of stress, when you stop triggering your own physiological fight or flight response, and you finally align with your true value, you become totally irreplaceable. For Lieb, leaning into his 2-4 profile, which, by the way, thrives on warm, trusted networks rather than cold, exhausting mass marketing, meant taking a few specific steps. He created very clear, fixed packages with strict boundaries to finally kill that guilt-driven overgiving. Then he reached out directly to 20 warm contacts who already trusted him. He marketed the real memories, the privacy, the deep human connection. He stopped frantically trying to prove his worth and just started clearly packaging his natural gifts. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with something real to chew on. We've seen the literal biological damage that forcing yourself into the wrong financial container does to your heart, your immune system, and your brain. So my question to you is, are you letting biological stress and societal expectations dictate your life? Or are you finally ready to discover the abundance that comes from honoring your own unique energetic design? Thanks so much for hanging out and learning with me today.
This report will give you guidance and understanding of how you, as an individual, actually react to money. And this will lower all your stress levels and increase your health. If you are interested, please go to the link and order yours today.